it's Sarah from Losing It From U42, and today I'm going to do Gracie's tag. Gracie from No One Stopping Me But Me issued a tag that is, what do you admire most about yourself? So you can't say anything negative, not a single word. It has to be all positive admiration for self. So for me, in this weight loss process, I think the one thing that I admire most is how much of a fighter I am. I really haven't given up at any point. Like, there are times, like even now, I have this really crippling back pain going on, but I'm not giving up. I'm not like, using it as an excuse to go like, oh, I can't do stuff. Like, I'm still doing stuff. I'm just not, I'm trying to rest it as much as possible. But like, I think what really makes this time different than all the other times, and I mean, the surgery has a little bit to do with it, but a lot of it has to do with the fact that I just haven't given up. Like, every other time that I have tried to lose weight, I had a bad day, or I had a donut, or I had a bad weekend, and I was just like, fuck it, and ate everything. And then I was like, okay, so, yeah, that's over now. And I don't do that now. I'm also, another thing I really admire is also the fact that I forgive myself. Where in the past I would beat myself up like ridiculous over everything, and I'm like, that wasn't a great choice. Okay, like, let's make better choices. And I really do, I'm much nicer to myself than I ever have been before in this process. I'm much more forgiving. I'm much more nicer about how I view myself and how I deal with myself and all of that kind of stuff. And those have been really big things for me in all of this. And I really feel like, it's hard. I feel like if you're, some people do really well if they're really strict and they're really, on point, and other people really break under that. And I think I've always been one, a person who breaks under really strict. I need me some flow in order for me to, make it lifestyle, make it make it something that's gonna last. It's something I can live with forever. And so these have been really big things for me, and they're really things that I'm proud of, things that, I can look at myself and go, yeah, you fucking went at it. Like, I got on the elliptical, and I get a lot of people who comment about the fact that I was doing like an hour on the elliptical. They're like, I can't do 5 minutes, and I would tell everyone the same thing. I couldn't do 5 minutes. I couldn't do 2 minutes when I started. I got on, I went for as long as I could before I was on the verge of an asthma attack, and then I stopped. And the next day I would do the same thing, and the next day I would do the same thing, and eventually, over time, I increased my time. And now I can do tons of time on the elliptical. And that's kind of how I've approached my entire journey. I started with small things, and I just was like, okay, what's next? Like, I got this. What's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? And just did little things, tiny little things. And, I've been working on being more open-eyed and accepting of my body and learning to love it. I have people that I know who are in way better shape than I am, and they look gorgeous, and they hate everything about themselves. And I was like, I don't want to be that person. And I think I admire the fact that I've been very capable of, making that change, making that, seeing that ability, seeing that difference, loving myself instead of hating myself. And I'm like, kind of, in some ways, that's what my whole journey's been about. It's about, I love myself, and that's why I'm doing this. It's not I hate everything about myself, so I'm doing this. I love myself, so I want to treat it well. And I think that is a big step for me that I also, really admire that I can do. If I saw that in somebody else, I'd be like, oh my God, I love you. Like, so if I can't, if I say to myself, I should love myself. I don't know what's going on with my hair, guys. It's like, it's a Friday. Can you tell? I'm like bumming because it's a Friday and I can get away with brewery t-shirts and a hoodie on a Friday. Have I told you I love my job, that I can wear a t-shirt and hoodie? Yeah, so those are things that I really truly admire about myself, that I'm a fighter, that I persevere, no matter how many times I get knocked down. As Liz from Fighting Elizabeth said, I get back up, and it's the same thing. Like, all those times I fall off the wagon, I just get right back on. And, I have had my personal share of horrors in my life, and you know what? I have persevered through all of them. And this is just another thing to persevere through. And I love myself. I love, everything about myself. Some things I wish were different, but I don't. I'm learning, and I'm feeling this need to not be negative about it, to not, it's so interesting, is we do a lot of these things and we talk about other people. We're like, oh, we love. And like, we don't talk enough about how much we love ourselves, how much we admire ourselves, how much, we're good. We're good people. We love things about ourselves. And we always just focus a lot of the times on the negatives of what we hate. What, oh, I can't stand this. Oh, I can't. Oh, my stomach sticks out too far. Oh, my boobs are saggy. Like, and it's like, this is a great tag for all of us to really start to think about what it is that you see. If you saw it what you see in yourself, if you saw it in somebody else, wouldn't you love it? Wouldn't you admire it? Wouldn't you be inspired by it? So why can't you be inspired by yourself? So, yeah, that's my tag. So, or should I say, that's me doing Gracie's tag. I tag Foodie Turn Sleevey. I tag John VSG Tree. I tag My VSG Confessional. I tag Hello VSG 2016. I tag Haley's Corner. I tag I'm trying to think of people who haven't already done this. I tag VSG Brit Brat. Which I'm pretty sure she's already been tagged by a billion people, but I tag, who else would I really? Watch Kitty Shrink, Esther's VSG Journey. Yeah, I think that's good for now. I'm pretty sure you guys will end up tagging everybody else. But I tag you all. Do this. Think about it. What do you admire about yourself? Okay, guys. Time for the love. Bye.